Hello. Hello, this is Lady Duchess, and tonight I'm doing a part four to I Want to Be a Witch. So now what? Um, Tonight this video I'm doing this is requested. I did like three videos before, but it seemed like that they really enjoyed them, so they want me to do another video. So I'm pretty excited that people are actually responding and looking at them and things like that. If you notice, I'm a little bit lighter. I colored my hair. I'm gonna use my braids, but I color my hair. I always color my hair when the season starts to change. I might go from like black to like brown, blondish color. I might even do platinum, then I do red, towards the autumn. I'm always doing something, child, with my hair. Anyway, this is not what this is about. This is not what this is about. Okay, so I want to be a witch. So now what? So we did part one, like the newbies. Part two, you kind of been in it, 6 months. Part three, you've been doing like a year or so. Part four is you've really been in it. You've really been studying. You started doing rituals. You started doing your practices. Your spells. You're really into it now. You got your candles and you got crystals and stones and what the properties are, the chemical properties of everything. You just been studying, child. You just all around ready. So, and you are a great student at this point. Um, Remember when I told you in the other videos to kind of wait, to kind of see what it is that you want to do before you make like a commitment to a particular god or goddess? Well, now, I mean, you've been doing it, you invested your time. So if you haven't, this is a good time to do it. Right now, you're thinking witchcraft is like totally for me. I love it. Blah blah blah. What you've been studying and practicing thus far. What you've been learning. You done read some books. I mean, you on top of it. You on top of it. You on top of it. So tonight, I'm going to tell you what you should be thinking about at this point. So integrity. Integrity, what is it, right? According to the dictionary, integrity means the condition of having no part or element taken away or wanting, undivided or unbroken state, material wholeness, completeness, entirety, or better still yet, the condition of not being married or violated, unimpaired, uncorrupted, in a condition of soundness. That is what integrity means. Let me tell you what integrity means for me, and then I'm going to go into the different. Um, then I'm going to go into the different like categories. I'm going to like break it down. Now, this is not Webster's dictionary part of it. This is kind of like mine and what I perceive it to be. Okay, so um, this is what you've been learning about in your previous lessons. You've been doing exercises that helps you to form your own faculty of judgment, your own condition of soundness, integrity. You've been working on building your own personal integrity. You know what it is, what you believe before you can make a decision of what's right or wrong for you. Nobody can do that but you. You make the decision what's right or wrong for you. I always say that. As a Wiccan, my personal and also a part of the read is that it's not my job to convert you. It's not your job to convert other people. That's the Abrahamic Christianity. We're not here to save anybody's life. We are here to save the universe. We are here to save ourselves. We are here to appreciate Mother Earth. Okay, so many problems that now exist in the pagan community would probably never would have come about if people would have taken the time to be a little bit more honest with their effort to find out what witchcraft really was before they made a commitment to it, instead of finding themselves in a situation where they're either forced to admit that they've made a wrong choice or try to change their religion to fit them. Let me tell you something. Instead of witchcraft transforming them, because that's what witchcraft should do, it should transform you into being a better person. They attempt to transform witchcraft to suit their particular needs, their particular desires. They are continually reinventing witchcraft and Wicca to suit themselves. And that's not really how it's supposed to be. And at this point, you should know that. Witchcraft is supposed to make you a better person. You are not supposed to be trying to reinvent the wheel. Sorry. No. But I'll tell you, this tea is so good. Put a little vodka in there. It's very yummy. Okay, so a promise is a promise. If you've decided that Wicca is your religion of choice, you've committed to yourself to the basic principles. One of these principles is, of course, the read. If you're promising to abide by the precepts of and it harm none, have you worked out what you would if someone attacks you? Like attacked your child? Does harm none mean you should become a vegetarian? Do you think that it's possible, even possible, to harm none? Well, that is if you're promising to do it, isn't it right? Traditionally, witchcraft may not have a reed of its own, but witches were known as the wise ones for a good reason. They were respected, they were fair, they were healers. They helped the community, they changed things, they made good decisions, they didn't promise what they couldn't deliver, and they delivered what they promised. And it's still the same as today. Stop it! They knocked my plant over. Then I'm trying to sprout out. So I'm in my feelings about that. So I put them in a cage. Because it's two, I don't know who did it. Both y'all asses going in there. What am I talking about? Oh, so okay. So too often folks make a promise in haste. They spend countless hours trying to justify why they had to break this promise just this once because of a condition beyond their control. They have reason lots and lots of reasons. Truth is, they just didn't give enough to their own commitment before they made it. And if you haven't given serious thought and reflection to both the results and the obligations that are contained with the promise, do not make one, and most certainly not to the gods. I'm so serious. Please, y'all don't be making no promises to the guys because guess what? They gonna hold you to them, and if you don't come through, I don't know what's gonna happen to you, but you ain't gonna like it. Okay, it's the vodka. I swear. I'm like really goofy today, and I'm turning red. Okay, great. It's like this. Do not make a promise that you cannot keep. Don't be saying stuff just because it sounds good and don't do it. Um, Integrity requires three things, right? Integrity requires three things. The first thing that you must realize with integrity and at this point of you being a witch is that you have to have the ability to discern what's right and what's wrong. Like that's so essential and so important. I cannot even tell you. Like this requires reflection, time, and effort. It's a difficult process, but one can't avoid it, by anyone who truly wants to be a true spiritual person. How much easier is it to find someone else to tell us what to do, what to read, what to think, how to act, right? But then who would actually be living your life? Who would be in control? Who's pulling the strings? If you don't do that, if you don't do what you think that you would enjoy, you're being a puppet. And that's not what Wicca is about. That's not what witchcraft is about. You have to find out what your limits are, what you believe to be correct behavior, what you see yourself, and what you're willing and unwilling to do. Whether there's an absolute right or wrong is something that theologians and philosophers have been wrangling for centuries, okay? In fact, the very thought that they could keep wrongs, like many people from being willing to take a stand or anything else. Listen, let me tell you something. If you are a witch, the first rule to yourself with integrity is to be accountable for everything that you do. Don't be blaming other people for mistakes that you make. Understand it. This is your responsibility, and you take 100% of it, 100% of the time. Accountability, responsibility. Um, I just need you to know that use your magic ethically. You need to find out what the measure of your own rightness quotient is. You need to do the work of creating your own personal code and your own behavior ethics. Then you have to hold it as a standard for decisions on what religion, what group, or what path is correct for you. And just to think if finding a covering was hard, you got to find the right covering, the right place, the right religion. It will change your life for the better. The wrong choice could be devastating, and we all have made some fucked up decisions. If you haven't done this work, then you are basically leaving yourself open to anything or anyone to do anything they tell you to do. Witchcraft and Wicca are religions of personal power and responsibility. If you're not willing to do the work of discernment and introspection to formulate a set of integrated values for yourself, for witchcraft, for Wicca, then this isn't for you. You've been wasting your time. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say that because that's the truth. The second part is integrity means doing the right thing, acting on what you have discerned, even at a personal cost. Suppose there's a teacher like you've been studying with the begins to introduce issues and behaviors and what you feel like they're not right, right? Suppose that you have a sexual relation as a part of this group's workings. And what if suddenly this loving coven wants you to do a death spell against someone and you've given another coven mate a hard time? What about that harm none then? You know what I'm saying? What if you don't want to participate in this activity? But what if refusing to participate, you can no longer be a part of this group? What do you do? You have put in a lot of time, a lot of effort in this group. You may have even be initiated or attained a degree. These people are your friends, and maybe even you think of them as your family. Now you're losing all this time and starting over. This group may have said bad things about you if you leave. You may lose your friends and their support. You have to decide to do and stay and compromise your own code, right or wrong. Do you leave? Where's your soundness, your faculty of judgment, your integrity now? The truth is, most of us can't say whether or not we possess integrity until we're tested on it. Doing what we believe is always right is determined by hard work, a reflective discernment, even if it becomes personally painful. It tells us, we indeed have it or not. Didn't I tell you that there's always a test? Well, there is one. Like there will always be tests. Get used to it. Witchcraft and Wicca are religions that require that as a witch and a Wicca, we are equal to the challenges that life brings our way. If you can easily compromise your ethical principles or turn your back to what you know is the right action, then witchcraft and Wicca, it ain't for you. It's not. Because it's not about you can just constantly change your mind. This is good too. Integrity means keeping your commitments, right? You've opened up, you declare where you stand. This is number three. So now we finally get to the guys and the goddesses. Do you still think that you're prepared to stand before them and pledge your life, your heart, and your hands to their service? For that is what the religion of witchcraft and Wicca is. It's all about service. It's not about gaining personal power, although, there will certainly be a part of your magical life. It's about enabling others to learn in ways to empower themselves. It's not about getting more, for although you will benefit in untold ways, it's about giving more to others in their name. Um, if it's not about changing others, like to suit or to cater to you, although you will find that you will be nice to be around, it's about changing yourself so that you're better equipped to do the work to the old ones on this earth or the ancestors. It's not about the same thing. It's not. Although others will seek you out, it's about being available to help those who are in need. That means if you are reading cards and doing stuff like that, like sometimes you gotta suck it up and do it for free because you wanna like give back, and that's how you give back. It's not about pulling other people down, although what is not working will fall before you. It's about building people up and creating new healthy systems and a way of life. It's not about financial wealth, although you will always feel rich. It's about sharing what you have with the rest of the community, the rest of the magic community. It's about keeping promises, going the extra mile, doing what is correct. And for all the good, it's about uprightness, honor, truth, healing, giving, service. I mean, that's what it's about. Like, at this point, you've invested a lot and you will continue to invest a lot as long as you live. I will say this, it is a sacrifice. for everything you gain, there's a sacrifice for it. So you didn't get it for free. You work for it. And it ain't nothing wrong with working for something that you want. This is part 4 of it. So you want to be a witch, so now what? So my main focus was integrity. Integrity, integrity, integrity. You gotta have integrity for the work that you do. Um, you can find me on Facebook with Infinite Energy. That's the Facebook group I have. It's still small. I'm really selective. I don't want something really, really big because I want to be able to teach in there as well. It's called Infinite Energy. I also have an email. It's magicalladyduchess@gmail.com, and that's MAGICKAL. Magical Lady Duchess, all one word, @gmail.com. I have a website as well, which is magicalladyduchess.com. Spelled the same way. MAGICKAL ladyduchess.com. Thank you guys so much for everything. I do works. I do spiritual work. I do read cards. I do all of that. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing it because you don't have any passion for it, then stop doing it. I love y'all. I love my Infinite Energy group so much. I love my coven, Daughters of Infinity. Um, and I just love the magic community. Have a great day and a good night. Blessed be.